Hey guys, welcome back to Fall Fashion YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to draft the basic bodice block, that is full scale block. If you're a beginner or a freehander and you want to transition to pattern drafting and you find it difficult to understand pattern, then you need to watch this video till the end, as this tutorial will equip you with the foundation you need to understanding pattern drafting. So let's dive in. First of all, I went ahead to mark 1 inch down on the paper as the starting point, which will also serve as the shoulder line. Then proceeded to mark the chest line, which is the armhole line. To get the chest line, you have to divide the bust measurement by 6 plus 1.5. This is a standard formula. You can still add something to it if you want to, if you want your armhole to come down. Then I indicated the bust point line. For this particular measurement, the bust point is 9.5. So I marked the bust point measurement down. Then I also went ahead to mark the shoulder to waist measurement, which is 16. So after marking the shoulder to waist measurement, I also went ahead to mark the waist to hip line. That is 8.5 for this project. So you need to mark down the waist to hip measurement. Then after that, I also went ahead to mark from the shoulder line to the gown length. So I marked from that first line I am using as the shoulder line to the gown full length. If you can observe on this pattern that I'm not adding any form of allowance to it. So let's continue. You can go ahead and label all the lines from the shoulder line to the chest line to the bust point line to the waistline, the hip line, which is waist to hip line, and then the gown length. After that, we are going to be marking the vertical measurements. So now we go to the shoulder line and mark the shoulder measurement, which is 7 for this particular measurement. On the chest line as well, mark the shoulder measurement and connect the point. Also go ahead to mark the shoulder slope for the front, which is 1.5, and the neckline, the basic neckline, which is 3 for this particular measurement I'm working with. To get the basic neckline, you divide the bust measurement by 12. Whatever you have will be your basic neckline. You can also check out my well-detailed video on how to draft basic bodice block that is half scale on my channel. I will also drop the link to the video in the description box, so you can go ahead and watch that video. It is well detailed, so you can understand this pattern drafting better. So we go ahead and connect the armhole curve. After connecting the armhole curve, you need to start imputing the darts. To mark the darts, you need to use the nipple to nipple measurement, that is the bust span measurement. You divide by 2. Whatever you have, you mark it down on the waistline and the bust point line and connect it like so. Then on that waistline, you need to take out the dart intake. For this project, I'm taking 0.75 on each side and I'll connect to the bust point. Also connect the other side from the bust point to the waistline like so. Now we need to start marking the bust measurements. You go ahead and mark the bust measurements down. On the waistline, you also mark the waist measurements down and replace the dart intake, which is about 1.5 for this particular measurement, because we took 0.75 on each side of the dart. So go ahead and connect the points. Also impute your side dart. For this project, the side dart is 1, so I went ahead to mark the side darts like so. The next thing to do is to bring this your dart line down like so. You mark the bust span measurement, that is the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.75 here. You connect the line on the hip line. Then you come to the hip line and measure 1 inch up and connect this dart intake to the 1 inch that you have marked, like so. If it is 1 inch that you took out as your dart intake, then you just need to take it down like so. So you come to the hip line and indicate the hip measurement. You divide the hip measurement by 4 to have 9.75. So for mine, I have 9.75. So you mark it on the hip line and connect from the waistline to the hip line with the hip curve, the curvy part of the master curve, like so. So you just have to take this measurement down to the gown length. I'll be taking down the measurement like so. So this is the front basic bodice, full scale block. We're going to be drafting the back on this side. So go ahead to mark the shoulder to chest line, then the shoulder to the waistline, and the back waistline is 15. So go ahead and mark the back waistline as well. So we're also going to be marking the waist to hip measurement, which is 8.5. That is the hip line. Then for the gown length, we are going to measure from shoulder to the gown length, and the gown length is 38. But we are going to check the difference between the front length and the back length and minus it from this back length. For this, the front waist length is 16, while the back is 15. So the difference between the front and the back is just 1 inch. So we are going to minus 1 inch from the back full length. So the back is now 37, while the front is 38. So I'll go ahead to level the lines. This is the chest line. This is the back waistline. Back waistline. This is the hip line and the gown length. I'm going to go ahead and mark the shoulder measurements on the shoulder line as I have done. Make sure you get accurate shoulder measurements. I'm going to mark, and then the shoulder slope as well as the armhole curve. So I'll also go ahead and mark the neck width and the neck depth. Like so. So I'll go ahead and mark the armhole curve. Then after that, I'm going to be marking the bust span measurement, like so. Then I'll connect the points, like so. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start taking the dart intake on both sides. Then I'll connect to the chest line. like so. And then on the hip line, I'm going to come up here by 1 inch and connect to the waistline, like so. Like so. Then after that, I'm going to start imputing the vertical measurement. Bust of 36 divided by 4, which will give me 9. The waist of 28 divided by 4, I have 7. Then the dart intake, I'm going to replace the dart intake, which is 1.5, and I will connect like so. Then I'll come to the hip line and mark the hip measurements. And I'm working with hip measurement of 39. If you divide by 4, you have 9.75. So I'll mark 9.75 on the hip line. And I'll use the curvy part of the ruler to connect like so. I'm going to be taking the measurements down, the hip measurements down. Taking mine down like so. So the next thing to do is you have to remove some measurements here so that the zipper can lay flat at the back. You know, the back is not that straight. It is a kind of line at the back that goes inwards. So you are going to remove something here so that the zipper can be able to lay flat at the back. So for this hip of 39, I'm going to be taking 0.75. But if you are a plus size or you're making a dress for a plus size, you have to take between 1 to 1.5 inches depending on the hip size. If you're working with hip size of 42, you can take 1. But if you're working with hip size of, for example, 50, you can go ahead and take 1.5. So you connect to the neckline, to the back neckline, and also connect this part to the hip line like so. Connect to the hip line like so. So this is what you're going to have as the basic bodice of a gown. With that, we come to the end of this tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice block pattern for a gown. Would you want to see the cutting and stitching process? If yes, then drop me yes in the comment section and I will drop the cutting and sewing tutorial. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Share to your friends on WhatsApp and Facebook so that they can also watch this video and learn from it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.